Hi. Welcome to the Seed to Soul podcast, episode number 9 today. I'm super excited. We have Hannah here with us.
Hello.
We get to talk about rocks and magical things, and I'm just so excited. Okay. What is the Seed to Soul podcast? If you haven't tuned in before, the Seed to Soul podcast is a podcast. We talk about essential oils, specifically Young Living, but then we also talk about mental health. We talk about some homeschooling stuff sometimes, and it's just a kind of a podcast that we just, talk about what feels good to us. I like to have guests on to talk about what feels good to them. We link in some mental health. We link in some what do you do to keep yourself the way you need to be. And then we do classes. So if you didn't see last 2 weeks ago episode, we did Healing Oils of the Bible. And so that was such a good class.
I bet it was.
About just like Bible verses and what oils go with that. And so that's a cool one too if you want to check that out. We are on YouTube and Spotify for our replays. Otherwise, if you're joining us live here, I'm super excited about that. Okay, we have to reset. So we're going to do an AFT reset right now. What an AFT reset is aroma freedom technique, and it takes our negative thoughts and releases them so we can move on and be in a positive space right now. So, anyone out there in the world, think of your negativity. Like, what is that negative emotion that you've had this week? It could be today. And what is the memory or the picture? I want you to picture what made you feel like that. Was it an overwhelmed feeling, too much at work? Was it sadness? Maybe you had a death in the family. Was it something that you've just been holding on to that you want to let go of? So I want you to think of the emotion, the picture. Where is that emotion in your body? Because emotions are stored in our body. So where is that in your body? And I'm going to put a drop of oil in your hand. You're going to rub your hands together. You're going to cup it over your nose, and you're just going to breathe in. As you breathe in, think of the emotion, where it is in your body, and the memory. Once you feel a shift and it feels complete, lower your hands, but take all the time that you need. Take that extra oil. You can put it anywhere. Put it in your hair. If you're a guy, you better put it in your beard because the beard is the best diffuser.
Yes, I love it.
I just love it. My husband all the time, I'm like, oh, you got to put that in your beard. But I love to put it in my hair because it just smells then all day long.
That was lovely. Thank you.
Isn't it?
It is.
And you've never done that.
Well, I mean, I do a lot of the oils and stuff,
Right.
but just like that full on.
That full experience of like
That was very
thinking
nice.
about it. One of the reasons I love Aroma Freedom, so I actually went and, because my full-time job is a social worker, right?
Oh, I didn't know
So, yeah, I don't talk about that a lot. But so I'm a social worker. And so I worked like years and years and years with these kids to help them. And then I was at an oil class and someone was like, oh yeah, I worked with a kid with ASD and we worked through some emotion stuff. In like a few months, we were good to go. I was like, a few months? Are you joking me? So I went through and I paid to do this Aroma Freedom class. I'm technically a practitioner. So now I can go out and I can help people with their goals. So if you have like a goal to get someplace,
Yes.
because it's always like we have goals and then all of a sudden you feel like, well, I'm just not getting there,
Yep.
right? Well, it's our past that's holding us back.
Yeah.
That's making us self-sabotage.
Oh, for sure.
So by getting rid of these mental blocks with this Aroma Freedom, which is just oils, smelling oils, it's very similar to EMDR therapy. I don't know if have you heard of EMDR?
So I did EMDR.
Yeah.
And some people say it really resonates with people, and other people it didn't.
Yep.
For me, it did not very much resonate.
Yeah.
But I do brain spotting. Have you
Yep.
heard of brain spotting?
I think so.
It's kind of like a cousin to EMDR.
Yeah.
I essentially go into my therapist's office and look at the end of a stick.
Yep.
And that's the only way I can explain
Right.
it. But it's so powerful, so profound. Releases from childhood have come to the surface. And I call it
Definitely.
magic. I mean, people call it science and psychology, but
Right.
everything's just magic, right?
It's just crazy how it works.
Yes.
So I feel So I like to do, because EMDR is great, brain spotting seems great. I like to use my oils in the practice with it. And so, because that helps to, when we put the oils, I can put someone back in that scary situation where their body's like, their mind is there, and then the oils can actually calm their amygdala down and say, oh, look, I was safe.
You are safe.
And release it.
Yes.
And I've had great luck with it. It's so much fun.
And they're easily accessible. Like you've
Right.
got the bottle right there. You've got the toolkit right here. You got
Right.
it. Like, yes.
It's
No.
all right there. So I love to use it. And so that's something that, and the cool thing about it is I love to use my reset, which is a 60-second thing, on my kids. They come home and be like, Mom, today this and this happened. Oh, hey, let's breathe these oils. So then they don't have these traumas that like stop them. I guess one of my stories is when I was doing my training to be certified, you have to do self-sessions. As a mental health person, I'm not all about like, I don't work on myself. I help everyone else in the world, right? So doing my self-sessions, one thing came up that like I was afraid to ask questions. And I knew that throughout my whole high school and college career, like I never wanted to ask questions. But it came up that like at one point in second grade, I had asked a question about another kid, and the teacher told me I didn't need to know that, and it's not my business, so I shouldn't ask that question.
And you shut down.
And I stopped asking
Yep.
questions.
Yep.
And so that was something that held me back from like all throughout everything. And I remember my college professor coming up to me in my social work degree and was like, Allison, you need to ask, because if you don't understand it, other people aren't understanding it. But I couldn't get over that concept.
Absolutely.
And so I was just stuck. So I was like, that was so cool that I was able to release that. Now I can
Ask away.
ask away. And probably people are like, you should probably just stop talking.
Yes. And so in my practice, we call those like limiting beliefs.
Definitely.
Like, yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's so cool that you can use different things to like move past all those things.
Absolutely. In so many different modalities, techniques, whatever, you know, and you just have to find the one that resonates with you.
With you, because we're all different.
Everybody's different.
And that's awesome. Okay, what are you drinking today, Hannah?
I kept it pretty plain Jane. I am doing a cold press with half the amount of ice.
Hey now, but it's a cold press.
It is. It's cold because I was really warm when I got here, even though it's only 50 degrees out.
Oh, that's okay. I have the mental health toolbox drink today. It's just like a cherry Italian soda. It's good though. Because it's Mental Health Awareness in May, I was like, hey, let's do that.
Very fitting.
I thought so. And it's really good. And it's kind of bubbly. You've got a cute little QR code on there. Patty's doing these now.
What is this now?
So I'm assuming it will link you to someone's podcast.
Oh,
So she's doing these cute little things where you scan it and then it will link you to someone's
cool.
podcast. I'm assuming that's what it is. Should we scan it and see?
I think we should.
Let's see who it'll link us to. I need to get on this.
The logo on there, but I guess wrong.
Huh?
You thought it might have the logo on it?
Yeah.
Why isn't it working? It's not working. Okay, guys, sorry for the delay. Why isn't it going? Uh-oh. Is it broken? Here, let's let Thomas the tech.
Thomas the Tech.
It used to be Thomas the Train, but I think Thomas
don't
the
you start that.
I think Thomas the Tech sounds better. Maybe it doesn't work.
Sibling nicknames. Maybe that's why she put it on there for the trick.
Just to think it would work. It's a joke. It's nothing.
Psych.
We're gonna have to figure
Maybe
this
I'm
out.
just not holding the camera still enough.
I couldn't do it either. Okay, guys, to be continued. We might have to talk to Patty about our QR codes.
About the scam.
It's okay though. It was good. We'll get it figured out. Only technical difficulties. We'll have to let you know. Okay, so Hannah, First of all, who are you? Like, let's talk about that. Let's start with
Hannah.
that. You're Hannah,
Like,
but
that's
like,
the worst question.
oh, it brings you to Deja Blue.
Oh, for cool.
Your Instagram.
Oh,
Oh,
lovely.
cute.
That's brilliant.
Genius.
Thanks
Anyway,
for figuring that out.
Right. You just made it up. It really didn't work.
I'm Hannah,
Yeah.
and I don't even know how to, like, who am I, right? Like, who
Right.
am I? Well, I'm a human, and I play many different roles. I am a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a housekeeper, I'm a magician, what am I? I'm a healer, I do all sorts of stuff. And my passion is just simply connecting with others and helping them find their soul's purpose and living in alignment and
So awesome.
connecting with themselves and realizing the power that we hold within ourselves to make big shifts, to make big changes. Because I've experienced life living as a version of myself that didn't resonate with me, trying to be somebody else.
Yeah.
And that was when I was in the depths of my addiction. That's when I was super, super struggling. And now I've been sober for just about 8 years.
That's awesome.
Or wait, it's over 8 years now. Anyway,
Oh, that's amazing.
it really is.
Congratulations.
Thank you so, so much. And did I ever think this day would come?
Right.
No,
No.
did not.
No.
But then realized that a lot of it was the power of my mind. In my situation, in my case, I know
Yeah.
everybody's different, but it's very much these modalities, these techniques, these little tools are what helped me get to where I am too. And it's
Yeah.
through the practices that I do with other people that I've done on myself. Like how you were
Right.
saying, like, we don't want to work on ourselves.
No.
We just want to help everybody else.
Right.
And that was my initial, that's what I initially wanted. And
Right.
it was to help my children because they came to me with big questions and big things. And I just didn't want to give them the answers that I was always given. So then I was
Right.
like, dang it. Like, now I have to do the work, right?
Right.
So, still actively searching and doing all sorts of different things too, because just this right here, like being on
On
camera,
camera.
like, oh my gosh, like how uncomfortable, right? But
Right.
I'm in this space now where I'm always seeking out
Different
these
things.
type of uncomfortable moments because that's where I find my most growth.
Right.
That's where I find that I'm really pushing those boundaries
Right.
that it turns out I've set up for myself, right? But we tend to blame others for our
Right.
misfortunes, but I'm fully aware like a lot of it is just me.
Right. It's scary to do new things.
It is, but I've never been able to just like when somebody's like, introduce yourself, tell me who you are.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know how to
Right.
do that.
But you did a really good job.
Thank you.
You were just like
Um,
to take your little pieces and put them into like one.
Yeah.
And you did so good.
Thank you so much.
That's
And,
awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, I do all sorts of different things. I worked for a restaurant here in town, managing and doing stuff and working over 50 hours a week. I missed my son's first birthday.
Okay.
And I'm a huge
Hard.
lover of synchronicities.
Yes.
Right? Synchronicities are fun. I clocked out on his first birthday on his birth time at 8:48 p.m.
Oh, wow.
And I took that as such a sign because I wasn't given the day off
Yep.
because it's work,
Yep,
right?
you have to go.
And it only took 2 months after that for me to
say
be
no,
like, I'm
I
done.
can't.
And I just literally just quit my job with really nothing lined up, and I'm just about 5 years independent now.
Oh my gosh.
All right, pretty cool.
How did that feel for you to walk away from like the stability?
Terrifying.
Yeah.
It was, and like serving, you go home with cash every night.
Right.
So it's like you go home with like that artificial sense of security because you've got the dollar bills.
Right.
But I was a shell of myself. I was so caught up in things that didn't even matter. I was so
Right.
caught up in like other people's drama. And in a restaurant, there's a lot of drama.
Right.
Like,
Oh, for
so-
sure.
So distracted from myself. And so very, very terrifying leaving that, especially when I've got a family. I've got 3
Right.
children. I've got all of these things that, we need money to do this. And the universe provided
That's amazing.
straight up because I've not had to supplement or find any other type of
Employment.
yeah.
You've
And
just been doing it.
everything has just kind of fallen on my plate. And
That's amazing.
yeah, I have some really funny stories about that. I can share those in a little bit, but
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, that's amazing. Because that's where I feel I'm right now. Like I love my current
Mm-hmm.
daytime job. Like I love helping people and I want to do that. But like you said, like I'm not there for my kids, and that's hard for me. I feel like I'm raising other people, helping other people raise their kids while not being able to raise mine.
Right. And did you say you homeschool?
My mom is amazing. She helps me out a lot because
Beautiful.
but yeah, so they are with grandma a lot of the time. And
Perfect.
so like, bless my mom, she
Moms
is a
are-
godsend. Like,
yes.
and I know they're in the best place when they're not with us. And so that's great. But yeah, it's hard. So like yesterday I had the day off, and so we did our reading test and stuff like that for our homeschooling, because you have to test once a year and everything.
Yeah.
But my mom proctored the other 2 tests that week because
Perfect.
I couldn't.
Because you couldn't. So I homeschooled my 2 daughters this
Yep.
year. We
Oh,
did
cool.
we kind of did more unschooling. So we didn't do much academics.
Right.
And
Get that.
we actually just did our testing last week too. And
Yeah.
they are exactly where they need to be.
Oh, nice.
So we did an entire year of just hanging out and laughing and being goofy. And I mean,
enjoying.
like we learned through like grocery shopping
Yep.
and how to manage a household. They can do laundry like nobody's business.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, they can like cook their own meals now
Right.
and do all of this stuff. So we had a different, we thought what they were experiencing where they were
Yep.
in their school
Yeah.
was not nourishing them and helping
Right.
them grow on a soul level. So
For sure.
that was just another really uncomfortable plunge thing that we took, and it
Right.
You
Turned
know.
out so well.
turned out so well. And there were several days when I questioned
What you're doing. I
Like-
do that too. I
Like-
just got my reading. I don't know why I did this. I read the reading scores before I left today, and I'm like, my son, who has only been homeschooled, is doing very well.
perfect.
But my daughters, who were like in school prior, are not. And they're not. But it's a standardized test, and that's the frustration for me.
Yeah, which one did you use?
I bought one on HomeBox,
Okay.
and so it's like $60 a kid.
Yeah.
You get to test reading, math, and then I did add a science for Lex because she's that age.
I would encourage you to look out, and there's no like, we're not affiliating anybody or
Right.
anything like but PASS, PASS.
Okay.
It's not like grade level. It's like you give them a short placement test,
Oh.
and then they test like where they're at.
Right.
And it was the smoothest I've like.
And it goes through and like tells me like, okay, they're hitting this at fourth grade. So Lexi was hitting fourth grade skills, sixth grade skills, and fifth grade
Yep.
skills.
Yep.
And so she's hitting all those skills, but
Perfect.
per standards, she's below her
And
fifth
whose
grade
standards
standard.
are they,
I know.
guys?
And that's, I'm just like
Right.
testing with a bunch of homeschool kids who are like geniuses. Yeah, of course her standards aren't going to be up there.
100%.
And so it's hard though, because you do feel like that. I know I'm doing the best for my kids because of like Danica doesn't do well in big situations. So going to a public school would be overwhelming.
Yes.
But I can take her to a vendor show and she's a little butterfly and
Yeah.
we'll talk everyone's ear off.
Yes.
Like,
Because she's comfortable there.
Right.
And she's got mom.
and talk about rocks. Like, I'm pretty sure she's the one who goes up to your booth at the
She
rock
was.
shows
Yeah,
and
she
like
is.
talks to you about everything.
And then she got her little
pendant.
I'm pretty sure she picked Goldstone, didn't she?
Yeah, that gold one, the gold sparkly one. Yep.
Yep, that was
Yep, she's
Goldstone.
got like 2 of those. Yeah, so those are, it's so crazy. And then we go to vendor shows and she'll talk to people. She'll try to sell necklaces. She'll try to sell bracelets. Oh, it flipped your mic. So
and that's how we met, was at a vendor.
it was. I think it was at a small one that we met, was at a vendor show and just kind of talked about it. And my kids they love their little necklaces that you gave them. Jackson, all the time. That Dalmatian stone.
Oh, it's such a good stone.
That is his favorite all the time. That's all he wants is that Dalmatian stone. Danica will vary a little bit, but Danica's my rock collector. She will legit go and pick rocks from the field. That's what they've been doing. That's their science. I don't know. They go and pick rocks in the field and they take a hammer and try to break them open.
That sounds like a great time.
I mean, that's
That
the
sounds
best
incredible.
thing in the world.
Yes.
They
Just
love
wear
it.
eye protection, guys.
Right. Yeah. But no, they love it. And so that's kind of, rocks are something that has brought all my kids together. Lexi loves my oldest loves her rocks too. And my family does, like, everyone's like, oh yeah, I can feel it. And I don't.
Okay.
Everyone has different connections.
Absolutely.
Like, I can see that a rock has a frequency and I could be like, oh yeah, that's what I want, like, intuitively.
Yep.
But Lexi's like, oh yeah, that one vibrates. This one does this. And I'm like, you are just so, don't lose that. 'Cause I feel
Right.
like maybe I had that when I was younger, but then you get older and then
it's
you
kind of-
lose it.
It's conditioned out of you.
Yes.
Like, I don't feel like we necessarily lose it. It's like we're not given that space or that container where we're able to nourish that aspect.
Right.
Like, we're told, like, we're not supposed to really give any credit to that. We're supposed
Right.
to, like, sweep that under the rug, and we're supposed to focus on how to read, how to write, how to,
Right.
do all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And they've done a really good job with that.
That system is so good. I'm very proud of them for
Right.
making us
It's so good.
do that. But yeah, it's so hard because how do you do that with your own kids? Like, I want my kids to be able to like use things that they know are good for them and follow that intuition because we were given that.
100%. And I think that was where, like, I'm going to say, like, my success, but like success is like an all-encompassing word here, was falling back onto my intuition, like falling back onto that inner voice as, guidance versus something I'm supposed to disregard. And then realizing intuition is totally a muscle. And if you just leave it alone forever, like, and you go to use it, there's not really much there.
Right.
You gotta
just
like
keep
work
practicing.
out, right?
Right.
And so that was something that I found, irritating, right? Because you want to like tap into your intuition and then just be like, oh my gosh, I get it, right? But that's not how it works. You can't just work out once and then be buff the next day either.
That'd be great.
Right? But it's not how it
No,
works.
it's not how it works at all.
But yeah.
That's so cool. Okay, so you came up with Sacred Healing by Hanna.
Yes. And do you know how hard it was for me to like name something and have to stick with it? Because I'm the kind of person who always likes to change things.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love sacred healing.
Yeah.
I love it. It's what I'm doing. I'm bringing back the sacred practices that have been gone for so many years, right? Whether intentionally hidden or just completely lost, right?
Yep.
And I remember sitting there and I had like my sketch pad and the word sacred just kept coming out.
Yep.
And the person I was working with was like, you should really have your name on there so people know this. And again, this is at the time where I did not want to be seen. I didn't want to be heard. I just wanted to have a successful business without having to do any work.
Right.
That was essentially my belief. Like, it'll just come to me, right? It was a very convoluted thinking because that's not how it works either.
No.
Got to put in some work. But yeah, it's definitely been challenging but rewarding.
Yeah. So do you still like it, the name?
I do. I kind of took off the by Hanna for some of the stuff just because now when we do our vendor shows, my husband, like we were talking about before the show, is like, you know, you're like, my husband really supports what I do. And I was like, yeah, now my husband like does what I do too.
Right.
You know, he's not really doing like the readings and stuff. But I mean, he'll like grab the stage and he'll cleanse my energy for me when I need to and all of that kind of stuff.
Awesome.
But he really got into it. Like our first, like he just jumped on board and now he knows all about crystals. And we've been on this practice or in this journey we've been together for 16 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, 16 years. And we've been, I like to joke, like we've been in like 10 different relationships because there's been 10 different versions of us in this like 16 years.
It's like this different seasons.
It is. And this one is by far my favorite because we're such a good team.
Yeah.
Like, and so he's coming to all of the vendor shows with me. So when I'm sitting there being like, Sacred Healing by Hanna, I'm like, and Jamie, you know?
Right.
I think I'm going to kind of transition into just being Sacred Healing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like it. And I think it does fit and I think it does kind of encompass like the things I offer.
Mm-hmm. I feel it. Naming things is so hard.
It is.
Like I want, like Seed to Soul podcast is underneath my Emotionally Balanced with Allison. Well, Allison Walls is what I
think your name is brilliant too, just so you know.
And a reason I did, so emotionally is like mental health, right?
Mm-hmm.
Emotions. Mm-hmm. But then I capitalized the O, the I, and the L for the oil. For essential oils. Yeah. It took a lot of thought, but like in balance. I strive so much for balance in my life. Mm-hmm. And that's the hardest thing that I feel like every season is so different.
It is. And I think people like, what is your expectation and what's your vision of balance too? Because I think a lot of the times we have that so unrealistic as well.
Right.
You know, and if I can have one balanced day a week, I'm like, whoa,
I rocked that.
Good one.
Right.
But it's like there's, and then I think it's in those pockets too where we really appreciate those days of balance. But just having that awareness or striving towards balance is going to bring it into your life. Yep. And like you said, the seasons, like right now we're in the seasons of being, you know, moms to young children.
Yeah.
There's not much balance.
No.
Like we can teach it, we can guide them, but it's definitely.
You're not really there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you choose? So you're like, I don't want to be a waitress forever. Mm-hmm. I can't do that with my kids. So how did you choose all of the things that you encompass?
This is fun. So, growing up, my Grammy Reese.
You call your grandma Grammy?
I call my grandma Grammy.
Me too.
Oh, I love that.
And I know,
awesome. Yes. And so she was born on Halloween. And she would
cool.
always jest to us like, I'm a witch, I'm a witch. I fly
Yeah.
the broom, I fly the broom. And we're like, okay, Grandma, we love you. You're crazy. But then, you know, we just had, you know, the Hollywood version of what a witch is, you know,
Right.
the green-faced lady with the warts on her nose,
Yeah.
who cooks the children in her cauldron, you know, and I was like, and that's not my grandma.
Right. My grandma's never tried to cook me in the cauldron.
But after her passing, I was like, I get it. Like, I get goosebumps even just connecting to this.
Yeah.
Like, she had every like herbal book out there, plant books. It was in her top drawer of her dresser where I found my first case of stones. And it was just a little box like this, and it had like 10 different little like squares in there, and it was all of just small little, just polished stones, whether there was a carnelian, there was some lace agates, there was malachite. And did I know this at the time when I was looking at it? No, I just saw this box and I remember my body. Like, I don't know if you can see my goosebumps, like my entire body. And I'm just feeling it and holding it, and I was like, what the hell is this?
Right.
Like, this is so cool. And then, you know, again, the conditioned brain, I'm like, this has to be worth so much money. I just struck gold. Like, this is going in my pocket. Like, my family's not finding it. Like, this is mine. I remember just like at night. And I was also in the depths of my addiction during this time too, when Grandma passed. And I have done so much work to be able to tell this story without tears, because there used to be so much guilt and shame associated with this story. But I'm so happy that everything played out the way it did. And I actually lived in the house that my Grammy lived in.
Oh my
so
gosh,
it's
that's so
even
cool.
like so much more magical.
Wow.
But I started hanging out with these stones all the time, and I totally came across as that crazy crystal lady, like, oh my God, did you know that these rocks are magical and they can make you do this and they can do this? And like,
Right.
totally, like, I was so jazzed and amped, like I wanted the world to know. Again, in the depths of my addiction, I probably came off as
The
you know,
crazy
the
rock
crazy
lady.
lady.
Yeah.
And I am okay with that. I
Right.
wear that with pride. And I just remember being like, why do I feel so different when I'm with these?
Yeah.
And then that's when I started looking up like
The different properties.
of crystals, and then realized like, oh, okay. And like, I had never been exposed to frequencies or anything like
Right.
that. I was like, I knew none of it, like
Yep.
absolutely none of it. And this was in 2016, or like, yeah, probably early 2016. And very much like, you kind of feel crazy. Like,
Right.
I think that was my biggest hurdle, was like, I literally felt crazy for several years, because I realized my thoughts and beliefs were really kind of turning down a path that not a
Right.
lot of people travel. So there was so many layers in there. Like, what I'm doing is bad. What I'm doing is the devil's work.
Right.
What I'm doing is this. And I would talk to people about it, and they're like, it's the intention where all of this lies, right? Like, are we
Yes.
doing this for, you know, the greater good, or are we doing this, you know, to really dive deep into
Right, to
the
negative.
malefic, right? No, that's not what I'm doing. And I would be lying if I said my practice is all sunshines and lollipops, but there's also a time and place, right, for anything. And I feel like nowadays, I don't know what I would do without my practice.
Right.
Because I do some form of a ritual, or I do some form of self-care practice, anything, like at least once a day. And I could probably say I probably do some form of intentional, like, connection with an oil, or you know, like gazing at a flame on my candle, something like that, at least 5 times a day.
Right.
Because it keeps me present. It keeps me like in this moment. It keeps me from, you know, anxiety and mental health. Like, let's talk
Right.
about that for a second too.
For sure.
I struggled so much with mental health. And I want to say it started at about age 13.
Right.
And I think I started medication around age 14. I was extremely suicidal. And I say the word extremely because multiple attempts and multiple hospitalizations from, my first hospitalization was when I was 16, right before I turned 17. Maybe I get my years mixed up, but very much like I didn't even want to live,
Right.
Because it was at that point where I was just like, if this is what life is, I want no part in
Right.
it, you
Why
know.
do I wanna
and
be here?
that's really again, there used to be so much shame associated with all of this, but this is such a huge part of my story.
No, for sure.
And then it was because of the mental illness that I was struggling with that I sought out drugs.
Oh, right.
Like I sought out methamphetamines. Like I purposefully sought out painkillers and morphine and all of the things.
Because it made all the feelings go away.
Because it made me just feel nothing except for high.
Right.
And
that was good.
But that was like, not that it was like accepted, but that was just kind of like a hat some people wore, right? So like that was just, I guess, the hat I chose to put on type of thing. And I ended up getting pregnant at 19. And again, that was after I was told I was never able to have children. So again, divine intervention because I had my baby.
Oh, that's
and still struggled with addiction after, and after my second child. And I would not be here today. I would either be in prison or dead, if I didn't have this practice.
Right.
And it took me multiple avenues, or like I would research this, belief system, and I was like, okay, that's really cool. I like a lot of that, but I don't like a lot of it.
Right.
I would try another one. Okay, I like this. I don't like that. And then again, just kept going down. And now today, what I've done is I've literally just like cherry picked
what you like,
what I like from all of these different practices and created my own practice. I don't even have like a label or a name for what I do, but I've totally customized it to suit me because that's what I'm here for. Like, that's why I'm on this planet, right? Like,
and
this
you're
is my
obviously
journey.
here for a reason.
Yes.
I tell a lot of my clients that too. Like, I have one that's been struggling with addiction, and we've worked a lot too. And I'm just like, he actually OD'd 2 years ago and came back from it, and like, it's amazing what he's done with his life. And just to sit there and be like, he's like, I didn't want to be here. I said, but you're here for a reason. Like, what? And our belief systems are different, so we never talk about that. Well, I mean, I challenge him, he challenges me, and that's just part of that conversation. But it's like, if you weren't supposed to be here, you wouldn't be here.
No.
So like,
I feel like
here for a reason.
We're privileged, and I know it sounds so goofy, but in my belief system, like getting to come to Earth is incredible.
Right.
Even if it's a shitstorm here, excuse my language.
It is though.
And it's our job as humans too to come in here and kind of find those pockets of sunshine. We're not supposed to ignore what's going on by any means. Please don't do that. But don't get consumed by it either, because then that's just another distracting you from yourself, from your journey, from your mission, and your soul's compass. So it's always just
we're also
very.
I feel like we're supposed to be here for a reason, right?
Absolutely.
We have something that we're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
And if we just don't do it, then we're not getting there. But then how do you follow? That's where I like struggle. You're like, I know I'm supposed to help people, but am I supposed to do it over here? Am I supposed to do it over here? Am I supposed to, like, how do you combine everything? It's so hard.
Like we were talking to about how, like in the beginning, like picking sacred healing.
Yep.
Like my tagline was sacred healing by Hanna, crystal healing and energy work.
Right.
And then I stepped away from like the crystal healing. And then I stepped away from I stopped using the word Reiki a lot as well. Because
there's like negative connotations.
There is. And then like we were talking again before the show started, like trademarked, like William Rand trademarked Reiki. So now if you use like the actual like Yusui Holy Fire Reiki, which is a mouthful.
Right.
You have to have that little TM circle thing.
So that's trademark.
Like, no, like I'm not, you can't trademark energy.
Everyone has it.
You can't.
So how can you do that?
So then that's how I got, like I do angel healing now, which if you would have asked me about, I would have never done it. So it's essentially like you work with archangels.
Okay,
and it's like the, so my main ones are like Metatron. I like Michael, Zadkiel, and Raziel, and they're the ones who also like hold the records of the Akashic record, which again is in different readings I do too. Right. But angels are dope. They're so powerful. They're so cool, and they just show up for you when you need them. And Raphael is also another one of my favorites.
That's yeah.
And it's essentially just like you. And I don't know. Those are like Ariel too. Like I totally have to Ariel to join me today for some confidence because that's what she does. But just finding like the list of names and what they correspond to, and that's how you work with them. And it's been such a fun again, had no idea I would
Right.
ever work with angels, but I think they're,
So
again, one of
awesome.
my go-tos. And I talk to them all the time.
Right.
And they can literally do anything. And
Right.
it's amazing.
And that's all up to them. And they're just like,
Yeah.
we're almost, I always say I'm here when I do a AFT with someone. Well, you're helping me. No, I am the conduit. I'm the middle person for what I'm offering you the oils. I'm offering you the words, but you're doing the work, and it's between you and the divine.
Right,
That's
absolutely.
you guys, and I'm just here to be that middleman
Absolutely.
because you don't feel like you can do it yourself.
100, and it's so funny how, like, and that's what I see a lot in my clients too, is how they come to us because, you know, they just don't believe that they can do it themselves yet, so they just need
Right.
that person to guide them.
And that's totally fine.
It's totally fine. And just how once that switch flips though, and then they realize like,
Yeah,
oh
I
my
can do
gosh, I
this.
can do this.
Right.
Then it's like, that's when we realize like, this really is my purpose. And
Yep.
how you were kind of saying like, I don't know which route, like,
Yeah.
where am I supposed to go? You're gonna have to like try every single route. And
Try
you might have
everything.
to try even a couple more because that's how you're gonna find it.
Right.
And that's what I was saying about the crystal stuff is like, I kind of disregarded that, or not disregarded it, but just kind of let it fall to the
Yeah.
wayside and started like the Akashic Records and the angel healing
Yep.
and all this stuff. I'm going back to crystals.
Because it's just that
The
it was
crystals
that
are my
was the
thing.
original.
Yep.
And that was the original thing that you picked up from your Grammy's
Yes,
house.
yes.
That
And-
gave you that feeling that
and
like
I
this is
just
what I
had
should
this
do.
realization like this week too. Like,
Yeah.
okay, this is what I'm going to do. And
Yeah.
it just feels so right. It feels
Yeah.
like that's what I'm supposed to do. And
It's so awesome.
the sales that we do,
Oh my gosh, I love your sales.
they're
I mean,
so fun. And it's, again, the idea of being perceived used to be something that was so hard for me.
Yeah.
Like, don't look at me. Like, don't
Right.
don't even like look away,
Right,
right?
right,
Because it
right.
was just like, I don't even want to be in your awareness. I don't want any of that because then I'm being judged.
Right.
You know? And now I just don't give to judge away, man. Like,
but
do
it's
your
your
thing.
story. Like that's
Right.
that's the thing like, I want people to realize. Like your story is so important to become who you are. And if you
Yes.
share that to others, then letting them know, they're like, oh wow, she overcame that, or she did this.
Oh, yes.
And you can totally speak to everyone else. So I feel like we always have to share our story.
100%. And again, like being able to share it without the tears
Right.
and all of the shame with it because it has shaped me to be who I am today.
Right.
And I actually love myself now.
Right, that's
like,
amazing.
I can say I wholeheartedly love myself. And I've seen so many positive shifts in my life since I've made that declaration.
Yeah.
Like I am no longer choosing to be that person who looks in the mirror and is like, ugh.
Right.
Still have my days, guys.
I mean,
we all
don't we
do.
all?
Right? But no, it's that space of like, I get to take up space here. I
Yes.
get to have this meat suit. I get to have this
Right. I am
like
here
yes,
for
like,
something.
This is great.
That's amazing.
But again, we still all have our days for sure. But when we have those days, that's when we
You
use
use your practices to try
got.
to like, hey, I do this. Okay, so you do crystals. We talked a little bit about the live shows, which I can't tell you how many rocks I bought from her live. My husband's possibly banned me from going on live. Or he did tell me, well, you get to buy on your rock auctions. I get to buy on normal auctions. I'm like, do you understand how much your normal auctions are going to be? But yes, rocks are cheaper.
I like these behind like the conversations I don't get to hear, right?
It's like, I'm like, look, Austin, look at this rock. He's like, do you need another rock? My mantle's not full yet.
Right. I think you could use a couple more.
I
There was a
could.
couple empty spaces
There was,
on there.
and I can buy another shelf because there's this like
Plenty of wall space.
there's like Tree of Life shelf on Amazon that I want to get that you can shove rocks. Oh my gosh!
And I noticed your shelf was like a lotus, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, I love that. That was one of my Mother's Day gifts too. See, he supports my practice by giving me this stuff, and then
That's how it started with Jamie.
Yeah.
So don't lose faith. Like he's gonna
Right.
like just
well, like speaking of husbands supporting you, so Austin, when he started, his parents were like super Western medicine, which is totally fine. You know, we all do our own thing, and my mom was always like, not like we're gonna find something different.
Yep.
We're gonna drink the weird juices that tasted horrendous.
They taste awful sometimes,
Oh my
don't they?
gosh.
But you're like, we're doing this for the greater good.
She's like, you're gonna do this. You're gonna. Well, then we found Young Living and we did that, and then I got together with Austin when we were in high school, and then when he moved in with me back when I was in college, like lavender was his first oil because he has like allergies and asthma, so that was his first go-to oil. And then we've been married for 11 years. It'll be 12 years in June.
Super cool.
And so, but now he will talk about oils all the time. If a coworker has an issue, he's like, I think my wife can do something. He got hurt at work the other day, and they're like, you should really go in. He's like, I'm gonna go home and see if my wife can fix it first, and then maybe I'll go in.
Yep. Perfect.
And so
As
just
it
to
should
do that, he's got his mother or his mom, his stepmom, like she is all into this now too, and it's just so cool to see, like,
And watch it spread.
right, and the fact that I at one point thought like, well, maybe I'm just the crazy oil lady, because that's how I felt talking. Well, I have an oil for this. You should try that. Or you should try. And then now, we were just at supper on Saturday, and my mother-in-law is telling her sister, well, this and this and this and this, and I was just like, oh, it's like a full circle. It feels so good to be like, I was part of that to help
Yes,
them to feel better.
absolutely.
And so that's so cool.
Yeah, my father had to go, and my parents. I mean, they support me, and but it's kind of like they support me, but they keep opinions to themselves.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate, right?
Right.
Because just let me do my thing. And my dad was sharing with me that they had to go look for a new vehicle, which causes him just incredible amount of stress. And I was like, I really don't have anything to offer you except for some rocks. So I sent him with rocks to hold in his pocket. And I mean, he promised me he would, so hopefully he did. But yeah, I did a red jasper and a selenite. And I said, put one in each pocket, and I hope he did.
Right.
Yeah, and that's how it starts. You start spreading it, right?
You do. You
start
just
sharing
share
it.
And I've always thought like these rocks. So when we were on your last show, not the last one, but the one before that, when I bought this pyrite, this fool's gold, because I was like, oh, it's fool's gold, whatever. And then you had said like, it brings wealth into your life. And I'm like, well, no wonder I can't do this. I don't have any pyrite. so we had to buy the pyrite tower. And I sat and thought about it for a while too.
Yes, and that has been, we had kind of messaged a little bit about like ritual and stuff.
Yeah.
And like the rituals I do in my daily practice. And I think prosperity work has been my most tangible, if you will.
Yep.
Like you do the intention setting, you do the ritual, you do the stuff for that, and then you actually see it show up in like actual dollar bills.
Right.
That's been really fascinating for me to see like that full circle part of it, because there was time, I think last year around this time, I was before taxes, all that stuff, taking money out of my savings to put into my check-ins just to make sure I went overdraft and all of that stuff, like that.
Right.
I am in such a healthy financial space right now for the first time in my life.
Yeah.
And I can't say it's just because. It's because I've been doing the work for it.
Right.
I've been doing it. And pyrite has a special spot on my altar and all of that stuff. And it's a lot of people be like, it's woo-woo, it's, it's too out there.
Right.
It's weird. And it's all those things.
Yeah.
It's 100% all of those things. But experience it. Like, try it for yourself.
Right.
Like, do the work, and then you determine what it is for you.
Right.
Because every morning I wake up and I turn on a frequency for attraction.
Yep.
And it's whatever one I'm feeling. Like, and I'll go through, and there's sometimes I'll exit out of it, and I just go on YouTube. It's super, super simple.
There's a lot of frequency ones on YouTube.
And I mean, I pay the extra dollars so I don't have to deal with ads and stuff. But you'll find some with ads, and that just totally takes you out of it.
Right.
And I will light a candle every single morning. And that is like my primary prosperity work. And it's so simple. It's so attainable.
Right.
You do it like right after you click your button for your coffee. And I stand there and I express gratitude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so grateful that I get to do what I do. I'm so grateful that I get to be my own boss. I'm so grateful that my family gets to live the life that they're living because I've decided to live the life I'm living.
Right.
So it's just kind of like that trickle effect too, where you're doing the one hard thing, you're making that one hard move, but it's as hard as it is.
Right. It's so worth it.
So rewarding. It's so worth it, because you're just like, I couldn't imagine. I just simply couldn't imagine what our life would be like if I didn't give myself permission to do this.
That's so cool. And that's what I do my morning, like, gratitude, even before I get out of bed. Like, I am praying, I am thinking, this is what I'm grateful for. I do it before I go to bed and all that stuff, but like putting more intentionality into it. Maybe that's what I need to try to get to, instead of like gratitude, wake up, hit the ground running a bazillion miles an hour.
Finding ways to put intention into your life. I think that is, like I said, I'm wearing bright red socks right now. Like, totally doesn't really go with the outfit.
But still.
But the color correspondence of red is grounding.
Yes.
So, and I put them on my feet because I want to be grounded. You know, like I chose my jewelry today with
Yep.
intention. Not only do they look great,
But they're
like, you know, this
is
one
that
was
the
for,
one that you showed on the?
yeah, this one's for clarity and focus, right? This one
Ooh.
is to keep me on track.
Yes.
Because I'm actually really impressed that it hasn't happened yet. But a lot of the times I'll be having conversations with people
Yeah.
and I'll just go blank and I'll be like,
Oh.
what was I just talking about?
I do that
And it'll be
all the
mid-sentence, and then I get embarrassed because I'm just like, Hannah, what the hell? Like you're, like what? It's 9 o'clock in the morning.
I do that
But
all the time,
anyway,
don't worry about it.
so that was that intention, obviously for protection and just to amp everything up.
Yeah.
And I always wear my pre-annex sets to heal the healer, and we're always doing our work, right?
Right. Oh, yes.
And it's just taking things that you do every single day. So like your shower,
Yep.
throw some intention in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like as you're in there, like be like, I'm cleansing my body right now. Like as that water hits my head, I am fully cleansed, and then
Right.
it's going down the drain, and now this new water is coming on me, and it is like fulfilling me with like all of these good vibes. Like, and
Right.
you get to assign the intention. And again, it's gonna seem weird, it's gonna seem goofy, and it's gonna be cringy. But once you start seeing
Right.
it take
It
effect and
works.
start shifting and stuff, then you're like, bring on the cringe, man. Like
Right.
I don't even care.
As long as it works, right? I'm
Yes.
doing this. I'm doing what I love and being the passion that I have
Yes,
for that.
and like
It's
with
so
the
good.
gratitude, the intention, and all of that stuff, I've been able now to, like I was saying, like I love myself now,
Yep.
and I'm like 85% way there to like fully creating and living the life that I'm in love with,
you are meant
right?
to live.
And I'm not quite there yet, but I'm not supposed to be either.
No.
And I'm not saying like once I get to that 100%, like my life is like we're
Right.
good, like we can check out and party all the time. But it's
Right.
just definitely like I was living a life where I was like happy with 1% of it,
Mm-hmm.
and now like
Right. Now you're
shifting that to
enjoying life.
85% of
Right.
it, right? And then even finding the joy in the mundane, or like when you're washing your dishes. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
so many things that we can be doing in here while we're doing the mundane stuff, right?
And not being distracted by this.
That my favorite crystal trick for the phone is putting a thing of labradorite on top. So,
Really?
yes, labradorite.
Ooh.
That was the stone I held while coming out of my addiction.
Okay.
And so I found out I was pregnant with my third son, and that was the last day I ever used. And that was, so I was pregnant, I was coming off of drugs, and I got food poisoning, all within.
Oh, we're just gonna do it all.
I know.
Wow.
But hey, you know, like it makes for a good story, right?
It does.
Right?
I mean, you'll never forget it.
And I just remember rubbing that labradorite and just being like, okay, like I can really do this.
Right.
And I also quit smoking cigarettes, like all of these things in that really short time. And it's because of rocks and
Right.
crystals and
It goes
things
back
like
to those.
from the earth. And it's just, and now I spend so much time in nature too. Like as a kid, I was always in nature.
Yep.
Always. And now that's right. Like we're always at the state parks.
Right.
We're always out
Oh,
walking.
cool.
We're always doing stuff like that. Yeah.
You went to the ocean this year?
Oh, I did, and it's calling me back. And that again, like the prosperity work.
Right.
December, I decided, because I've 3 years. This was my third year of a practice where I make a vision board for what I want my next year to look like.
Right.
And on there was travel.
That's awesome.
And my family, we've traveled a lot, but we have had so many terrible travel stories. And
Yeah.
I'll just do one brief one. We went out to the Badlands in the Black Hills.
Okay.
Our vehicle broke down. We were stuck out there for 17 days.
Oh.
Couldn't rent a car to get back because I didn't have a credit card. Literally ran out of money.
Oh my gosh.
We were in a wedding that weekend, so they had to actually come rescue us and bring us back. So like after that, like I was just like, I swore off travel for a bit because I was so traumatized. Like it was awful. And also like travel is, you know, it costs money.
Yeah, it does.
And so this is like when I really started putting that prosperity work into like hypervigilance. Like we're really focusing on this and we're going to make this work.
Yeah.
So I started in December and started doing live sales. That's what I had heard in my meditation. Like you have to start doing the lives. And it took me, I think it was 4 sales and maybe 5 sales, and it completely funded our entire trip down to see the ocean.
Wow.
Got to meet the ocean. The entire trip was seamless. It was, I want to say perfect. Like it was so perfect. We rented a vehicle to get down there.
Yeah.
And so it was like a it was a brand new van too, so
Oh,
it was like
wow.
driving a space machine. I had a door with shelves in it, and I filled it with snacks. It was the coolest thing ever.
Rocks.
No, I had a couple in there, but it was mostly snacks. And meeting the ocean, and like doing rituals in the ocean, and like there's no words. There's just simply no words.
So awesome.
And it was the beach was perfect. The weather was perfect. Everything. The Airbnb was perfect.
Oh
And
my
I've had
gosh.
like horror stories with that too. And
Right.
I just, I feel like it's because, well, one, I've got such a killer team on the other side who are just lining stuff up for me, right? Like pulling all the strings to make it go good.
Right.
God is so good. And also just, you put in the work, you put that intention, you put that out there, and that is what you're going to receive.
Right.
So that perfect trip of just being so harmonious, the kids even got along, like everything was great. I just took that as like, this is what you've been putting out there.
You're supposed to do.
And like, so now you can
you're
have just a
giving
piece.
back.
Yes.
Oh,
it was
so good.
magical. But yeah, no, I need to go back for sure.
Well, I'm so glad that I was part of funding your trip.
Yeah. Thank you. And I always express my gratitude.
Oh,
and
you do.
those are,
Your
like,
sales are so
like,
amazing.
if people didn't keep showing up for me,
Right.
I wouldn't be able to do what I do.
Right.
And that's just something, again, I'm baffled that I've been able to make these connections with people,
Right.
and such a connection that they keep showing up for me,
So you're so
which,
good.
I have to believe it because I'm seeing it and I'm
Right.
living it and I'm doing all of this, but it's still a very like surreal for
And
sure.
like, I'm so appreciative. Like, it's not just you're like, and here's the rock, and this is what it is. Like, you tell us like what it's about, and it's
Right.
not just about like, here's a rock I'm selling because I need money. It's
Right.
like, this is what it's about. And then, I don't know. I think Thomas was the one who said, well, I don't know if I could do a live rock show. I'm like, it's so different though, because they sit there. Like, if no one's claimed them, they sit there, and then you're like, is it sitting there because I need it?
Right.
That's supposed to be mine, isn't it? And so you sit there and you're like, well, do I really need it? And then you're like sitting, I'm going back, this is maybe what I'm doing. Maybe I'm crazy. But I'm sitting there like, should I? Yeah, no, it's there. No one else has taken it. I
It's
must
mine.
need that one.
Right?
It was waiting for me.
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty funny.
This is what I do the whole time.
And I like with the stones and stuff too, like being like, so like, let's say we've got our pyrite. Like I said, it's really good for prosperity.
Yes.
Like, simply holding this rock and like
Right.
this isn't going to get you rich. Like this isn't going to get you what
But
you
putting
want.
an intention with it.
Putting intention into it and then putting the action into it. Like
Yep.
we have to take the action steps. We have to do some of the work to get it to come to
Right.
us. But that's somewhat of a misconception. Like if I just have this, then all of that stuff is going to
Right.
come to us. These just resonate at that frequency of that exchange. So
Yep.
then that makes it so that it can flow to you,
Right.
right? And I just think that they're perfect little physical reminders for us too. Like if I have that intention set every time I look at that, that's
Then
what
I
my intention
know.
is, and
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Right. That's so
But
good.
in the video that you had done yesterday promoting this, like
Yeah.
you were like, do any of you other crystal people just have rocks everywhere? I should send you a video
Of
of
your
the
house.
surfaces in my house. Like I started installing shelves
Oh my gosh.
because I'm out of space. Yeah.
I
Yep.
hear you. I just, like there's my bedroom, and a lot of these, like he sits right next to my pillow.
Beautiful.
Like just because I endure so much negativity every single
Yeah.
day.
Do you cleanse him? He needs to be cleansed.
He does. He needs to go sit in the moon light.
Yeah. And you
And
can
this
run him
one, I
some
don't
water.
even know what this one is.
I think it's green opal.
But yep, that one sits right next to him.
Like
next to my night. These ones are too big to put in my pocket.
They are.
But this guy is in my pocket a lot. I got this
That
one from you
moonstone,
too.
yeah. I
Just
love
need bigger pockets.
Maybe I do need bigger pockets.
That's funny because I carried a stone about that big. And it was a smoky quartz.
Oh yeah.
But I was wearing one of my rompers in the
Right.
pockets.
It was just it was
Yeah,
perfect.
it was perfect.
More rompers.
Mhm.
So
I need more rompers.
you do sage though. That's one
I
thing.
do sage, yes.
You grow your own sage.
So I have grown my own sage,
Okay.
but I also just supply like
Yeah.
some of my bundles because
Yeah.
you can't grow sage all year round. But I
Right.
do. I think it's called Blue River Sage.
Okay.
Is the people I will order from.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we harvest just our wild bundles from wild sage out in nature.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And we cleanse our home at least. And I like the intention of cleansing where I go through and I actually cleanse my doors with like a
Yeah.
vinegar wash and like blow the cinnamon in through the door. And again, there's times when I'm like, I wonder what my neighbors think. Like I wonder what they think. 'Cause I'm out there like doing my windows and I'm doing all my signs and I'm like pushing like
Most people are spring cleaning, and Hannah is
doing her thing.
doing her thing.
And I love a good spring cleaning and cleansing. It's so
Right.
magical. But it is, I feel like we forget a lot of the times too,
Right.
like that we have these, like we can smudge, like we can
Yeah.
do a system reset. Been over to a friend's house and she was like, there's negativity, like can we get it out? We took her pots and pans and just clanked them together throughout her whole house. You know, like it doesn't always have to just be sage or smoke,
Right.
because there's so many situations where you can't have smoke in an apartment or
Right.
stuff like that. So it's always kind of navigating to, again, which modality is going to speak to you? Is it going to
Yep.
be sound? Is it going to be the smoke? Is it going to be, you can use your breath even, you know?
Okay.
So it's,
Yeah.
I would highly recommend doing it at least once a month. And all you
I'm
do,
so far behind on my
Yeah.
staging.
right? And it's, all you do is you just light it and you just let the smoke hit
Right.
the space, and you can be very methodical about it. You can't be like it's.
You don't have
it's,
to be,
You
yeah.
choose your adventure.
Right.
But I personally open my back door, open my front door, and I
Mm-hmm.
start by the back door.
Okay.
And I go into all of my nooks and crannies, and I have a really old house with a bunch of different additions, so you got to do lots of going around. And then I bring everything to the front door, and then I will like do the whole get everything
yeah.
out, and then that's when I'll go through with my vinegar wash, and then I'll go through with my cinnamon. There'll even be times when I'll do like my carpets. I'll take like lavender and salt, and I'll sprinkle it all over my floors and my carpets. Let it
Cool.
sit for 20 minutes, and then
Right.
vacuum it up. Makes your vacuum cleaner smell really good too.
Smells really
you
good.
know, and it's just like that's where we find those little pockets of intention that we're
Right.
setting into our day. You know, and then that's when you get to see like the stuff actually come to light.
That's so cool. I know we did. My dad's done a lot of staging stuff like that. So then we did our house, and I've done it it's only been once more. So I have it sitting there. But then like when we got a new office for work, we had a house, and so my dad came through when we staged the whole
Yeah.
thing, and then we do holy water above the doorways.
Beautiful.
So just to like protect everything, and so we did that too. So we always have holy water in our house. But yeah, I definitely need to pick up on that program. That one more, because I don't feel like I do it enough. But then like every month so the company I work for, we're more our CEO is he has native blood in him, so he does sage we do a ritual. Every meeting is a 4x4, and then he does sage or sweetgrass depending on what he has with him.
Sweetgrass.
And then the candle burns the whole meeting, and so it's really cool.
And see, that is exactly what I would label as a ritual.
And that's at our board meeting. That's at our
And that's so
Amazing.
magical.
Right.
Like that, yes, that
just
intention.
so we're intentional all about being there for the kids, and so I think that's really cool too, which I feel I don't do enough of, because like I said, I get up, you go 1,000 miles an hour, and you crash.
Yeah.
So to find that more time for intention.
And I lived in that space, like you said,
Right.
hit the ground running. I was living that for several years, and
Right.
not this last winter, but the winter before, I was out of commission with a neck injury where all I had to do was lay on my couch because
my
I was in
gosh.
so much pain that I couldn't function. And that's like, I never lost faith in my practice either. Like when I was in
Right.
that space, I would literally like take my bath and like fuse it up with as much energy as I
Yeah.
could. I'd put my oils in there, I'd put my salt in there, I'd sprinkle some rose petals in there,
Right.
like just to bring all of that in.
All that frequency.
But I was forced to sit still.
Sit still.
I was forced to sit in my feelings. I could not do any form of substances because everything just hurt. Like even like just to relax, there was adverse effects.
Yep.
So I took that as a spirit was talking to me, and I just had to deal with it. I had
Right.
to sit. I had to chill. And it was in that moment that got me to be here sprinkling the intention in,
Yep.
because that's what I kept hearing is like, you gotta slow down.
Right.
You gotta start like doing this for you and not others.
Yep.
And you gotta start like creating your own like your own day.
Yeah.
Like not having your day go around everybody else's.
Right.
And again, that injury, it lasted for about 18 months. But the thick of it was like 4 months where I was pretty much immobile. And I'm a busybody. That was torture.
Right,
That was
horrible.
such torture. And again, so grateful for it.
That's
So
amazing.
grateful.
Okay, well, I need to be intentional then before the world tells me I can't do it anymore. Okay, sound bath. So my dad really, and we're gonna get one on the book. So you're gonna come up to my
Yes,
grandma's
I
house
would love
and
that.
do it, because my dad with
Outdoors are so cool too if you ever want to do it outdoors.
Right. Well, so we were thinking my grandma has this deck right in front of the house. That we
Yes.
could just sit on the deck and do it with everyone, just
Perfect.
because my dad feels he picks up everyone else's energy. So
Yeah.
he's like, if I have to do it with other people, he's like, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it.
And there's people like that,
Right.
absolutely. And that's where the private ones come in.
Right. So what is a sound bath though? Because I mean, I've watched it, but explain it to us.
So they work off the premise, well, they work because our bodies are made of like 80 to 85% water.
Yep.
So as you are laying in those frequencies, they are radiating from the inside out. So they are creating like the harmony, the balance, the cleansing, all of that from the inside out.
Okay.
And have you ever seen, I forget, he was a Japanese doctor who did the water experiments, who like if you play pretty frequencies for water, they're a beautiful shape. If
No, I
you
didn't.
play
That's
like heavy metal, crazy, like screechy sounds,
Yeah.
it turns out not very aesthetic, right?
Wow.
So, and I'll send you the pictures of that after so you can
that'd be
understand.
so cool.
But that's kind of like what it's doing. It's
Yeah.
creating all of like it's working from the inside out is essentially how it's working. And it's bringing the whole body into balance, the emotional, spiritual, mental, physical. It releases blockages in your energetic fields. It causes the body to relax because of the frequencies hitting the muscles. And it's just very, everybody has their own experience too.
Yeah.
Like I've had people who have loved the whole thing. I've had people get up and walk out because it's too much for them.
It's too overwhelming.
Which at the beginning of every sound bath, I'm like, there will be discomfort and just breathe
Right.
through it because that is how that shit leaves. Like that's
Right.
how we get rid of it because it's just like, we can't expect it to be like sunshine and lollipops.
Well, no,
when
because our body holds so much different stuff.
so much. And then, and I mean, I have the whole 7 bowls. It works through all of the chakras, and I go through, and I'm self-taught.
Yeah.
So I've always been very musical. I can pick up an instrument and just play it because I
cool.
learned how to play piano at a young age. And because of that, I'm able to just play instruments, right?
That's awesome.
And then pairing that with my knowledge of the chakra systems and how they work together and all of that stuff, that's how I do my sound baths.
So cool.
And then while I'm doing them, I'm also tapping into everybody's energy centers while I'm doing it so that messages come through.
Yep.
So at the end of each of my sound baths, I just tell people like what came up. And in training, like you're supposed to just say what comes to mind because even if it doesn't make sense to you, it might resonate for somebody else. There was one day I had somebody so loudly like shouting M&Ms, M&Ms, and like holding a bowl of M&Ms.
Yeah.
And I share this, and it like brought tears to this like mom and daughter's eyes because that was a message from their grandma. You know, and I'm just like, that's
so cool.
yeah. And then there was one where it was actually the same couple, or like the mom and daughter. There was a man there who didn't have a nose, or like had like a deformity of the face.
Yeah.
And was just very proud and just very happy. I forget, he kept saying like the same phrase over and over too, but just very fascinated. And again, I didn't think anything of it because I'm like, oh, that's interesting. But then it is meaningful to other people.
others, right.
And again, it's backfired on me multiple times too. Like when you say things that just come out and they look at you like, oh, okay. You know, and
But
that's
then like
how
probably
it
weeks
is.
down the road, they're like,
That's usually how it goes.
oh my God.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. And that's
Yeah.
what I tell them. Like, okay, well, just pay attention because you'll, it's in your awareness now. But
Right.
yeah.
That's so cool.
And again, something that was super terrifying for me to do is to provide
tell
these
it.
and to do these type of things. But I'm going to tell you the really funny story before we go. Okay?
Yeah.
So after leaving Willie T's and doing the whole, like, we're done with the restaurant.
Yes.
I connected with Spirit, and I was like, okay, I am going to say yes. So anything you put on my plate, I'm just going to say yes, and I'm going to just wholeheartedly trust that what you put on my plate is exactly what I'm supposed to do.
Yep.
And again, so happy because it got me to where I am. But I had a phone call, and this woman was a caregiver because that's what I did for years too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a natural caregiver.
Right.
And this man had just lost his wife, and she was his primary caregiver, and he needed a catheter each night. And so she was looking for somebody to just come do a catheter.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, I can do that. That's no problem. I had no idea what the hell a catheter was.
Oh. Oh.
Not a clue. Okay?
Well.
So guess what I agreed to do? And guess what I did for 6 months with
wow.
a smile on my face, because what else do you do?
What else do you do?
And it turned out to be a really amazing. It turned
Right.
out to be so amazing. He's passed now, but he was such a fun person to talk to.
Right.
And
It's a great
I don't know if
relationship.
I would agree to do a catheter today, but I'm glad I said yes that
Right.
time.
Right. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
it got me into quite a few different pickles like that, but I think that's my favorite.
Oh, that's an
Yeah.
awesome story.
Yeah, he
Just
was
to-
like 96 too, so
But
it
they
was
have such good knowledge.
right.
Oh my gosh. That's so cool. Wow. Just those little things that you have to like, I'm just going to do what you tell me to.
Right. Yeah,
That
and
is
that
a big leap.
it
Wow.
is. But again, it got me to here.
Yes.
It got me to here, and I've got a lot of fun stories.
Right.
Like getting here. So.
Right. So my dad does vibrational with tuning forks.
Yes, I love tuning.
So
forks.
like, I feel like the sound off is similar to that because he'll like tune chakras. Last week or 2 weeks ago when we were here, he brought his tuning fork, just his ohm, and was like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
I was like a little bit mixed up with my head and my heart, and I was like, "Oh,
we tend to be in our head so much
Right.
more, and that's what that Dalmatian stone is actually for. It gets you out of your head and into your heart.
oh, that is so funny that that's what Jackson needs because my son Jackson is a clone of my brother Thomas." They're clones of each other. Oh my gosh, I have a picture that I'll have to show you. They took last weekend, I think it was, of them sitting together. It is insane.
Just identical.
They're identical, the way they
love it.
act, and thankfully
funny.
I knew how to work with Thomas, so now I know how to raise my son.
Oh,
Because,
beautiful.
yeah, but it's interesting. That's so. So, do you offer anything else through Sacred Healing?
So, yeah.
Your
Let's
sound
see.
bath, your
So I do
stones.
sound baths, I do stones, I do readings and healings. So I do like the Akashic Record readings, angel healings. I just do like chakra cleansings, realignments, intuitive readings. I also do I handcraft products.
Okay.
So I have extremely sensitive skin,
Yep.
and I love skincare, self-care, all of that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. But I would use it, and I would
Break
body
out.
rash, break
Right.
out, and then you read the ingredients, and you're just like, what is that? And there's a saying in my house that if you can't eat it, don't put it on your skin. And so, like, I make tallow lotion. You know, like
Okay,
we
yeah.
render the beef, we whip the tallow,
that's so
and you put honey in it, and then
Yeah.
you've got it's even more magical and more healing. And
Yeah.
then I make sugar and salt scrubs, which works really good for physical and spiritual,
Yeah.
like energy body stuff, because you're cleansing it, you're clearing it, all of that stuff. Crystal elixirs. I
Yeah.
don't have any of those with me today. I should have brought some. But it's just in a little roll-on bottle, and it's got crystals
Like
in
kind
it.
of this, right?
Yeah, just like that.
So nice little
And,
empty.
that was like the baby of starting vendor shows, was because
Yeah.
I created those crystal elixirs. And I paired the property of the stone to the property of the oil, and that's how
Oh,
I came up
cool.
with each blend.
Yeah.
And that's how I started doing my
God.
my vendor shows
Yeah.
with my handmade products. I also make candles. I make paper. I make ritual kits. I'm just a crafty.
So like your little ritual kits, like they're just like in these little
little tins.
tins, and then like I saw you brought one when you were traveling, and like you could just like do your little.
It was so cool. Like when that inspiration hits and you're just like, you've got that vision. And then again, you put it together and you're just like, oh my God, I did that. Like,
Right.
I did that.
That's so cool.
And so, yeah, it's so fulfilling to like, who knew like birthday candles could double as, you know, a travel kit candle.
Right.
Right? Like just things like that.
Yeah.
And when you think of it or you see it and then it actually works cohesively, you're like, I'm a genius.
Yeah.
But it was so fun to like burn my candles in Alabama in our little vacation home, and then to come back and I still have the vial with the wax in it, like on my altar, you know, because like that's how my intention went for everything.
Right.
Like I brought it back home and I brought the travel back with me and put it on my altar, you know.
So cool.
And it's all in the intention. Like you can, I had one of those for self-love because I did my first. It was called Pagonicon, and it was a 3-day festival down in the cities, and it's just where a whole bunch of pagans get together, and it was like my first time ever feeling like, I'm home.
Right.
Like, these are my people.
Right.
Like, it felt so good. I actually danced in a drum circle.
Oh, cool.
The man was like in an adult diaper type thing, like the way it was folded, and he was just sweating like crazy, and I was dancing next to a man wearing antlers, and I'm just like,
Wow.
where has this been? Like, I need more of this, and I want to bring it to Alexandria because
That'd be
we
cool.
all need this. Yeah, it's just,
All those different things.
yeah, I brought my self-love one there because confidence. Like I wanted to be my confident self, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I brought that one for.
Oh,
When I
cool.
traveled to Alabama, I brought my protection with me. Like
Right.
I even got a crystal grid to go into the Airbnb while I was
Okay.
there, you know,
Yeah.
like, because I think my life is so much more fun when I approach it from that whimsical,
Yes.
from that, yeah, more mystical, magical,
Right.
like that kind of vibe versus nothing, like, it doesn't have to be so serious.
No.
Like, it doesn't have to be so serious. And I feel like we're in a space where everything is so
Everyone- oh my
tense
gosh.
and serious and everything
No.
needs to be this. And
It's
here I
hard.
am, like just doing,
Well, and that's the
doing my
thing. Like,
thing.
if you could just be intuitive and do it that way, I feel like that's more true
Yeah.
to what we're supposed to do.
absolutely.
We go on vacation starting next week, Wednesday.
Where are you going?
We're going to Duluth. Okay, so
I
it
love
turned into. I love Duluth too. My great grandparents used to live up there, so we were up there all the time. But it's like, it was supposed to be just a family vacation, but then I got involved in like a little bit of politics this last year,
Okay.
just trying to like.
How's that going for you?
I have a passion for it
Okay.
because I don't like the way our state is going right now.
Okay.
And so I want a good place for my kids to be
Yeah.
raised,
Yeah.
right? I want a place, and I know you think like the politic realm isn't like the place that you'd want to go, but they control a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want a place that my kids can grow up, and I feel like I don't have to leave because I don't agree with the way they're moving everything, like our educational system and all that stuff. So I got involved with it. It was actually like 2 years ago. So I was involved with our local chapter, and then I became a delegate this year. So state convention is in Duluth also.
Okay.
So,
So you're kind of doubling
so
it.
yeah, I will be doing like 2 days of state convention, but we'll have the rest of the time just to like chill out and do that stuff. So it kind of turned into a double thing.
Okay.
But I'm excited because I do feel that I can make a difference. Plus, a lot of our legislation hasn't been going to fund mental health. And that has been frustrating for me. And at my meetings, they always said, like, well, this party doesn't support mental health. And I was like, that sucks because my values resonate more with, like, the Republican Party. Just because that's how I was raised, right? And I was like, so the fact that you're telling me that my passion doesn't resonate with my values is what? So then I went to a meeting and I met the people in Todd County and they were very kind.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, so maybe it's not just about the party.
Mm-hmm. It's, yeah.
No, and that's where I found like there's a big discord in our CDC 7 and all that jazz. But to be able to be a part of this Christian conservative group that wants good values makes me feel like, hey, yeah, I can make a difference.
Absolutely.
And hopefully we can make a difference to get our state back on track because I don't want to have to move. But like I told my husband, if it keeps going the way it is, I can't afford to live here.
Right.
Like that's what it's going to come down to. Like
Right.
I can't afford it. I'm not getting the raises.
Right.
So I can't afford to live here if it's going to go the same way that we currently are. And so that's kind of what I feel like I'm trying to have a voice that way, which it's kind of cool seeing my kids do that. And
Yeah.
the fact that we start every meet. I think I felt really involved when we started every meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance and a prayer. And I was like, whoa, hold on a minute here. Like, we're praying, we're asking for support.
Wow. Nice.
Isn't that's
Yeah.
cool? So, yeah, that's what our vacation's going to be. But we're going to go hit up, like, I've never been to Kichigami Park.
Oh, that's nice.
So we're going to go there because there's waterfalls there and stuff.
There
and
are.
I think in a few years, we'll probably, not a few, maybe next year, but I want to go up to that agate. There's like a specific agate park on the North Shore.
I don't know that.
I don't remember. Okay. 113, 115. Sounds good. So we're gonna do that, but I think we'll go up to Inger Tower. Have you ever been up to Inger Tower?
No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh, that's like a place that we used to go all the time. It's just like a park, and then you walk up this tower,
Oh, for cool.
and it's like,
haven't seen
oh
that.
my gosh, it's so pretty up there. I love it. So we're gonna go up to Inger Tower, and then we've never done the planetarium in Duluth. That's at UMD,
I haven't either.
but there's like a 7 p.m. show,
For cool.
and it just, I don't know.
Is that
the
in like
stars.
the IMAX or like the dome thing?
I'm not sure. It's at the college.
Okay.
And
Let
so,
me know how that goes.
yeah, I'm excited because there's like a 7 p.m. show, and here's the other thing. If you hit up the Children's Museum, you hit up the planetarium, and there was another thing that I had on the roster that was, the Glensheen Mansion.
I love the Glensheen Mansion. Do you know the story behind the Glensheen Mansion?
No, I don't. What's the story?
Somebody was murdered.
I
Yeah, it was definitely just like wrong place, wrong time type of thing. There was intruders when they were supposed to be gone, so they were murdered, and I think the state has owned it since. But I did a report on it in 6th grade, so my
cool.
parents took us up there
Yeah.
to tour it, and it's really fun to tour.
Because I was like, okay, if we do all that stuff, that's all like those prices are homeschooling write-offs.
Yeah. Oh, for cool.
So that's how you get around your vacation is you add some homeschooling in it.
That's what I do with my business. Like when we went down to the ocean, I
Right.
stayed with my sister in St. Charles and did a sound bath there.
Yeah.
So got to
So
write
it's
off.
a business expense, right? Oh yeah. So if I did like Young Living stuff, I could do that too. But I was really thinking about like, hey, let's do it as a homeschooling write-off too. So
Beautiful.
I'm excited to get creative.
Brilliant.
Right. Okay, guys. Is there any questions, Thomas? Or did we just talk for over an hour and no one talked to us?
And that's okay.
That's okay. I mean, we have.
Seeing any
It was a
questions or
great
comments
conversation.
on TikTok or Facebook, but we did have one comment from Greg Weiler saying morning.
Oh, that's my dad. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
He's the one he's picky, so we need to do our sound math. I'm super excited to do that. We have to get that on the books. Well, if we have no more comments, we could probably let you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday, even though it was supposed to be nice out today. What is going on?
I've got a photo shoot tonight out at Runestone Park, and I'm actually hoping
Yeah.
hoping for this weather because the space I'm taking the pictures in is like super tall pine trees, so everything is like more
So you do
saturated.
photography too?
Oh gosh, no, I'm getting my pictures taken.
Good. I was like, hold on here. What?
I mean, I could, but it's definitely, I love photography. I love
Right.
taking pictures. Like, there's times when I'll specifically like plan a hike for me to take pictures. 'Cause
yeah.
I love doing it.
Yeah.
But it's not a service I offer for
Yeah,
others. Like,
no.
I'll capture my family and stuff like that.
Right.
But while traveling, I decided that one of the things I want when I'm old is I want to be able to sit in my recliner and open up and look back to the days when I was super hot and looked amazing.
Yes.
All sorts of magical places and just like, damn, yeah. You know, like that was my vision, and now I got to get on it so I can have the
so
book
you
to
have
look
a
at.
Great photo shoot tonight. I hope it is nice for you then.
I'm really excited.
I mean, a rain photo shoot might be cool too.
It would be so cool.
That'd be awesome.
It really would be.
That'd be so cleansing.
Yeah, it really would be.
That'd be cool.
But I'm excited for it.
That's exciting. Well, okay, guys, we'll let you go. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Are we good?